up against the Portland Trailblazers at Moda Center. Taking a look at the Trailblazers, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. Well, we're going to be seeing great rebounders on both sides in this one. Kenny, who were some of the best rebounders you ever played against?
Well, there's a guy who's probably paying attention. I don't want to inflate his ego.
Him?
No.
Oh.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah. But he said, who were some of the best rebounders you ever played against?
I played against Hakeem.
Oh, yeah. And you played with him.
I played with him.
Anyway, I'm going to go with the Worm, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, the game's just about to begin. Let's go to Kevin Harlan with the call.
And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel. Every home game's a reason to get dressed up for these guys. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The lights of downtown reflecting off the Willamette River in this terrific look at the picturesque city of Portland. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, Damian Lillard is not just the best player on the Blazers. He's the team's unquestioned leader. But he said leadership is not all about talking. It's about letting others hold you accountable, too. Being coachable and committing to a common purpose. For him, guys, being a leader doesn't mean he puts himself above his teammates.
I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Houston. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, Portland, and they're down 4 spots from them.
And, you know, Houston, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Yeah, they'll be there in the playoffs. I'm sure of that. It's just a matter of how high they'll be seated.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Whiteside, and it's Hood in at the 3 slot.
And after the Blazers got swept in the first round in 2018, many said they needed to blow it up. Instead, they stayed with it. 52 wins, a 3 seed in the West.
Yeah, they just have the patience to keep building, adding pieces, and developing. This team is going in the right direction.
And the basket by McCollum.
Such a smart offensive player. When McCollum sees these shots open up, he doesn't think twice about firing.
Passes it to Tucker. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
And an efficient start here offensively, working it inside for the easy 2.
Now here's Anthony, guarded by Tucker. Anthony's shot is off. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Collin passes to Lillard. Sinks the 3-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Harden against McCollum. Capella trying to free himself up. Harden gets the bucket.
And Harden loves getting contact on his shots, showing off his true muscle and level of concentration.
Outside Hood. Harden against McCollum. Pass to Whiteside. Shot clock at 6. Portland needs to get off a shot. And the 3 off target.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3 ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
They've come out the locker. His eye. 4 for 4 to start.
Here is Whiteside. James Harden picking up that last basket. And there's Lillard on the assist by Whiteside. Lillard Lillard's got 5.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother him.
Here's Westbrook. They shoot again. And it's Capella missing.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Here's Hood. Oh, that's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession.
So a moment now to see the story on James Harden. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. Averaging 41 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering.
Now here's Hood. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
He seems to improve his shot blocking every year. I mean, Capella is outstanding at using his length to swat away shots.
House kicks to Westbrook. It's good from long range. Westbrook's got his second basket. Hey, Chris, what do you think is the best way for a coach who has lost a locker room to get it back?
You just got to be honest and open, Kevin. You know, everyone's adults, and if you can't handle the information, then the onus is on that player. But just look at what happened in Minnesota last year. You know, just terrible in the locker room. It's not good for the fans, especially the hometown fans that believe in this young team. And so a lot of times it just comes down to clear, open communication.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And he can throw it up and finish it with authority.
And while we have a moment, let's find out which point guards have had the best month from the charity stripe. 4th, Damian Lillard.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
Yeah, as a defender, you got to avoid being too active with your hands around these guys. I mean, don't commit any cheap fouls.
Now with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA.
Now Anthony, after Westbrook's missed 3, Lillard with the bucket.
And he delivers another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
Out to the right wing, Westbrook with a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Portland leading. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Houston now is a championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full win mode now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
That free throw good from Anthony. And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
Oh, the team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they're doing what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
Both free throws good from Anthony. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 4-point game. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
And that one's good, Anthony.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
Now Westbrook. He's coming off a 19-point game against San Antonio.
While he was doing that, I mean, dropping buckets. He was keeping everybody else involved, too. I mean, he had a tremendous night facilitating.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Whiteside, the pass to Hood. Back to Whiteside. Here's Anthony. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
Harden kicks to Westbrook. This one for three. Another miss by Westbrook.
You can't hit that one. Your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time around.
Anthony dishes to Whiteside. Back to Lillard. Shot from the wing. Rockets with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know, the ball movement was lacking. And, Greg, you know, things got stagnant. That's why that offense looked so off.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
They needed more fire and intensity tonight. Even if they don't win the battle of the boards, they have to put up a fight.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Labissiere is checked in for Whiteside. Mario Hezonja comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Little, he's checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Kent Bazemore in for C.J. McCollum. Portland's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Now here's Bazemore, guarded by McLemore.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Now here's McLemore. 11 points last game. Cephalosha up top, defended by Labissiere. Takes a three. Now the pass to McLemore. Back to Chandler. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats from McCollum.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
That one is off.
Last season there, Kevin, the Blazers making the conference finals for the first time in almost 2 decades. They didn't think they'd make it out the first round after the injury to their center, Yusuf Nurkic.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. And he's good on the second. See Webb Nurkic with that nasty leg injury in late March. That's the second time in 3 seasons that he'd suffered an injury right before the playoffs.
No, Kevin, that injury was so gruesome, and it happened in the midst of his best season so far. I mean, he was becoming that third-star caliber player that they needed. Now, they're hoping this time they'll hit the playoffs at full strength.
Now here's McLemore. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Back to Rivers. Here's the three. Trains it from beyond the arc. Rivers has got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Oh, it's big when Rivers connects from outside. Really helps space the entire floor for a squad.
Lots of room. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Takes it off the glass. Rivers has got 5.
These buckets help Rivers get going. The defense can't allow him to get comfortable from there.
Here's the floater. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Houston's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. McLemore, the pass to Chandler. Houston moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Rivers scanning the floor. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the key.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Just wearing them out. I mean, when you space the floor like this, the defense has to run and expend energy.
So on the floor for Houston, Cephalosha is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Chandler. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's McLemore in at the 2-guard spot.
And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with the multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level. I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
And here are the Rockets now. And here is Cephalosha. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 6 to shoot. Over Little. Cephalosha misses. Portland's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Hazonia with the ball. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. About a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Knocked away and stolen by Bazemore. Drops in the layup for 2. Bazemore's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Now here's Rivers, defended by Labissiere. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 2 points now in the basket from Rivers. There's Hazonia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bazemore and Portland again with the bucket.
I'm surprised that D isn't respecting this mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
Rivers with it. Now guarded by Labissiere. And Labissiere sends it back. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Skal Labissiere. Anthony comes in for Mario Hazonia. Hood's checked in for Little. And McCollum subbed in for Kent Bazemore. And a change for the Rockets. James Harden. He's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And so here is Houston, trailing by 4. Now here's McLemore. D right on him. Here's Cephalosha. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Cephalosha's got his first bucket of the night. Simons surveying the D. Oh, Whiteside in position. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And we should take this time now to show you the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These teams have been outstanding on the offensive glass this season. the Rockets number 1.
And that's the way they have to play in order to win. They've got rebounders, so they've got to go after those second and third opportunities whenever they can.
Now here's Harden. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket, and he comes up with the deuce. Now, Chris, the common thought is you don't want to be a middle-of-the-road team. You think clubs are too quick now to pull the trigger on a rebuild as opposed to giving some time to what they've got? Be more patient?
Kidding me, Kevin? Don't make me, God. I'm just finding psychologist. When I was in Washington, we had myself, Rasheed Wallace, and Juwan Howard, and Rod Strickland. Like, just wait a minute. Give us 1 year to try. And by the way, the Bulls won 72. We couldn't have won a championship that year anyway. So, yeah, I think a lot of teams are short-sighted, and it's based upon their expectations. The expectations may not be based in reality.
And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Hassan Whiteside. He's averaging 15 points a game, 12 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And I'm not sure he can play any better than he has. I mean, surprising a lot of people with this play here of late.
Absolutely. And now the question is, can he build from this? Or will he regress back to the mean? We'll see.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA theory to the extremes with how they approach offense.
Oh, yeah. Every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching a team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
And he can't hit the second.
And the development of Damian Lillard helping propel this Blazers team to the top of the West.
That's why they call him Logo Lillard. And he's only extending his range. I mean, another playoff dagger in his resume, finishing off OKC and then waving goodbye. Dame time is right now.
Harden gets the bucket for 3.
Harden attempts more threes than just about anyone. And you don't get that kind of leeway unless you're not down.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Pass to Harden. Here is House. Houston moving it around. Here's Westbrook. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Cullen passes to Whiteside. Lillard from outside. Rebound by House. The Rockets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Outside Westbrook. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. Again, the miss by Lillard. Looking at the Trailblazers, they took the last win in their last game against Sacramento. And Harden with the basket on the assist for McLemore. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows that they're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Feeds it to Lillard. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Westbrook. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like on Thursday. They'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And for that game against the Kings, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. So they just have that much of an advantage over that team. It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Right. It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 13. 1:44 left to play in the first half. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Now Lillard. Beyond the arc. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Kevin, it was an up-and-down season for the Rockets last year. They started out very slow, and then because of injury, it took them a while to get into the playoff picture. But how about this? They won their division, but only nabbed the 4th seed in the playoffs.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for Hood. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. 1:25 left to play here in the second quarter. The Rockets with another miss.
And he hasn't been able to do much damage outside the 3-point line. Just 1 triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
And Chris, last year being the 4th seed in the postseason was trouble for the Rockets.
Yeah, it was, especially, Kevin, when you have to face the Warriors in the second round. They got bounced out in Game 6 despite the Warriors losing Durant. The slow start in the regular season, I think, played a big factor.
And he gets it back. Right side, no good.
Really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field.
He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball, following the score by Houston. A shot by Anthony, nobody around. That call, nice feed that time from McCollum.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. And Whiteside's got the ball here for the Trailblazers. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
Yeah, the offense looked cohesive last night. Whatever challenge the opposition presented, they answered with confidence.
Just 4 to shoot. That's a 2 from Lillard. Can't nail the jumper. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
We just got to compete. Keep competing, trust each other, make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting. Not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling a little bit. Not able to lock on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
First half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Oh, man, what a tremendous first half. Okay, obviously he's feeling the flow, and he's looking to keep it going.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Rockets trail. Fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, McCollum the 2, and Hood the 3. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Lillard in at the 1. Here's Lillard. James Harden picking up that last basket. Hood on the wing. Pass to Carmelo. Shoots over Tucker. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Textbook defense. I mean, it took a good angle to the shooter and bothered the release.
Now, here's Westbrook. That's good from 17 feet away. Westbrook's got 15 points.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, showing that short area skill allows him to create some space.
And a minute played as the second half gets going.
One of the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA, C.J. McCollum. I mean, you wonder, though, would he be even better lined up as a point guard? I'm not sure. But his defense has been his shortcoming. The 6'3", his size, is better suited for him.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Rockets have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. Free throw good from Harden. See, Webb, you think about McCollum as a point guard. His assists have dropped 3 seasons running.
Yeah, Kevin, but that's because his role on this team is to score. I mean, he's so skilled. He can get other guys involved, but you want him putting it in the bucket. Who's a better option than him besides Dame Lillard? On another team, though, with the chance to start at point guard, I wouldn't mind seeing that adjustment.
Second free throw, no good.
There's one award that Harden has won. I think we can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. And that's 6th Man of the Year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a star.
And he nails the third. Chris, speed at any position is so vital. Who are the fastest big guys in the game right now that you admire and just can't believe how they go baseline to baseline?
The first one that comes to mind is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a Greek freak, but he's a freak of nature in basketball. His speed, his length, his athletic ability.
Oh, he delivers!
I can't believe it. I cannot believe that.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Here's Lillard. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6th block.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Way to work the inside-out game. Draws the defense in and kicks it out for the open shot.
Westbrook passes to Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Tucker dishes to Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 7 rebounds in the game. Anthony drives in. Got a piece of it. Here is House. Covered by Hood. And it's sent back by Lillard. Harden against McCollum. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. Yep, that one goes. Now just a 1-point Rocket lead.
Yeah, Kevin. Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. Good teammate, likes hitting his open guys.
Westbrook kicks to Harden. It's House outside. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
And he's not going to miss those very often, even from deep. The D has to close out a little stronger on him.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And sometimes I feel like people don't truly appreciate the greatness of what James Harden does. He's one of the toughest guys to check on the fast break. He has one of the best Euro steps in the game, the best footwork in the game. He'll hit you in the head for deep. You can't check him without fouling him. The precision of his movements, the ease in which he scores. Come on, man.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Skal Labissière's checked in for Whiteside. Hezonja comes in for Anthony. Little, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's House. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And now a 6-point Rocket lead. As you said, C. Webb, what Harden has been doing the last few years is truly remarkable.
Yeah, Kevin, and it's funny because when you are achieving greatness and critics try to diminish what you're doing, it's just funny to me. Harden is one of the great guards of all time, no matter how you slice it.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Tyson Chandler. The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Nasir Little. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Houston making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
2 shots.
Well, I love what Austin Rivers did last year after he bounced around between the Wizards and Rockets. I mean, he came in and he was focused. He was traded by Washington to the Suns and then bought out and ended up in a great situation in Houston.
A free throw drops for Rivers. And for Rivers, after being let loose by Phoenix, still productive and very motivated when he joined the Rockets.
Rivers said that even though he understood the buyout, he hated the idea of being released. I mean, it reinvigorated his game, and he had one of the best seasons to date.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And Rivers works hard when he's in the game. That's what you love about him. He's at his best when he's shooting the ball with confidence.
Now here's McCollum, guarded by McLemore. And the shot is good. And it's 8 points for C.J. McCollum. Rockets leading by 3. Pass to Rivers. Now here is Cephalosha. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's McCollum. Labissiere. That fall. Nice feed that time for McCollum. McCollum's got 4 assists in the game. Now here's Rivers. 8 points for him. And Labissiere sends it back.
Just phenomenal timing on the block. Labissiere leaping up for the forceful rejection.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Here's Simons. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And Azania gets it to go.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Westbrook scanning the floor. Had the space there, but it's offline. Portland's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Down low. They get a hand on it. And it's Houston on the break. And he gets it to go. Westbrook's got 21.
Austin Rivers.
And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. The pass to Little. McCollum with the ball. Here's Simons. And a miss there on the triple.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable. done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only one in the first. Yeah, the Blazers boasting one of the game's elite backcourts in Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. I mean, other than the Splash Brothers, these two have the most points and three-pointers of any duo over the last handful of seasons.
Back to McCollum. It's good. The basket is now 5 for 9.
Always good to see solid interior work by McCollum. I mean, he might earn himself some extra space on his outside jumpers when he gets inside.
Timeout called the Rockets. And the Blazers used to stagger Lillard and McCollum's minutes. Chris, now they've embraced these two, playing together more often.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. I mean, they're both standing about 6'3", so defensively they give up a little height. But on the offensive end, the firepower that they bring to bear is something to watch.
Portland. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. And it's James Harden in for Rivers. For 3, Westbrook, and he's good on the 3-ball. Westbrook's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Wow, his first triple of the second half gives him 2 on the night. He's not making much of an impact from deep.
1:16 left in the third. A 3 from McCollum. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
Pass to McLemore. Back to Westbrook from deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end. He's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
43 seconds left in the third quarter. Simons, the pass to Hazania. For the 3. And it's Simons missing.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Westbrook against McCollum. And Westbrook gets it to go.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. He's trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
From deep. And he hits the buzzer beater.
And they get it to double digits just as we get set for the final quarter here. That 3 could be a killer.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Rockets lead by 11. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next, Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Yeah, give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
It's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's House in at the 3 spot. And Whiteside sends it back. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And it's Lillard missing.
That works just like they drew it up. Till the part where he short arms the ball.
And the dunk by Capella.
The main strength of Capella's offensive game, I mean, he uses his athleticism to power home these alley-oops.
Passes to Bazemore. And here's McCollum. Lillard, right side, over Westbrook. And it's off the back rim, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Anthony, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, just superb focus there for Melo, overpowering the D and still finishing.
Well, the Houston Rockets, not exactly a balanced offense. I mean, they lean so heavily on James, but you can't argue with the results.
Good checked in for Portland. See Webb with the Rockets offense. The numbers speak for themselves.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. I mean, they had the second best offensive rating last season. I mean, they rely on isolations, threes, and free throws, but it gets the job done for them. I just wonder, though, just how far this approach can take them.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugger.
Stolen by Tucker. Hood against Harden. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And Lillard kicks to Hood. Pass to Bazemore. Five on the clock. And Capella sends it back. And they're able to recover. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Westbrook. Releases. And Houston again with the bucket.
It's been a clinical performance. He's played a huge role and has them in position to grab the W.
Lillard, the pass to Bazemore. From 12 feet out. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity.
For 3, Westbrook. They get it back. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And he's able to get it back. Shot clock at 5. Here's House. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. House has got the lead up to 14 now for Houston. The pass to Carmelo. Fires top of the key. Good on the jump shot. Anthony's got 5 points now in the quarter.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
Here's Westbrook, accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Chris, you were a tremendous passer. One of my favorites. Are there more playmaking bigs in the NBA now than back in the day?
That's a good question. I don't know if there are more, but I tell you what, there are some exciting ones. Don't believe me? Just turn on the TV and go watch the Nuggets play. There's a man called the Joker, Jokic. Oh my goodness, can he pass that ball? He and Horford right now. Oh man, 2 of my favorite passes in the game.
Shoots. A shot off that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Lillard from outside. Rebounded by Tucker.
After a monster first half from 3-point range, I mean, things have dried up for him here in the second.
Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Lillard attacking. Bucket is good. Lillard's got 23 points.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Harden draws the double. Pass to Tucker. Here is House. Houston moving it around. The shot. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 8 points in the quarter.
his energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Well, sometimes it just looks unfair with the way Harden can create space. And then, Chris, you get that shot.
His step-back jumper is a thing of beauty. I'm not talking about his almost traveled double step-back, just his regular one. I mean, he has so many tools to create space with his footwork, and he makes the most out of what you give him.
Something to believe.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Hey, guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He told his guys, this is it. We need one final push here. Everyone working together. Let's go get these guys. He also talked about making smart plays with the ball. Kevin, you can't have any mistakes at this point of the game.
Thank you, David. Harden against McCollum. Harden draws the double. House kicks to Harden. Houston needs to get a shot. It's stolen by Anthony. And again, it's Portland converted.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
In the corner, Harden. Lob pass to Capella.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open, and Hart finds it.
Lillard against Westbrook. Shoots from 12. Got it, and the Houston lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Lillard.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency. That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket. PJ Tucker. He's a player that doesn't do a whole lot in the box score, but he passes the eye test. He plays defense, he's tough, he rebounds, and you know he'll hit that corner.
Tucker, Chris, the type of player who will do all the small things for a team.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be anything more than he is with the stars on his team, and he knows that. Tucker's a great glue guy. He sets screens, guards anyone, rebounds, hits his shots.
Good on the shot.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot, and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Here's Westbrook. Good, nice job down low. Westbrook's got 38 points.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Rockets.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, they really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Russell Westbrook.
He was the one dictating the pace to Russell, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Substitution on the court.
And Portland has possession. It's a 16-point game. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Passes it to Horde. Off target from outside. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Kicks to Clark. Pass to Cephalosha. Here's Hartenstein. Count that one.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
So we see Houston taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What's your team's mindset right now in terms of approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. Our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Great effort tonight, James. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.